What is up, YouTube? It's Taylor here, and I'm here to share with you 4 ways to feel more comfortable in any conversation. I am definitely learning in this category, and I'm definitely expanding this every single day of my life. And I thought it would be a very important topic because today I feel like communicating and being confident is really a lost art. I talk to hundreds of people on a daily, weekly basis, thousands of people every month, and I know that there are very few people who actually know effectively how to communicate and how to deliver that with confidence. So with that, please subscribe to my channel. I would very much appreciate that. I share tips on finance, on being confident, on sales, and real estate investing, pretty much my entire life. So what I do is I share that with you and talk about my journey every single video. So thank you for sticking around and thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna jump right into the 4 different ways here because it doesn't matter really what we're doing in life. It really doesn't matter what we're coming across. If you're looking at dating somebody on your first date, if you're looking at getting an interview, if you're looking at negotiating, if you're looking at a sales pitch, anything in life requires effective communication and confidence. And we all know there's some more conversations that are even more impactful that really need that the most. Okay, so with that, I do want to let you know that I am no different than you. And my husband and I work very well as a team because he reminds me of this and he reminds me to practice, which is my first tip for you, is to practice. Everybody who is alive on this planet was not born a professional communicator or a professional speaker. Nobody came out of the womb. Nobody came out as a newborn ready to talk and ready to deliver a very powerful message. So that means that we can develop this skill and practice this talent on a daily basis. And so like I said before, my husband has encouraged me so much while developing my sales skills over the last few years to do this consistently. And I have the results to prove that I have been doing that, and the results that I will continue to prove day after day, year after year in my life and in my career. So that is actually my first tip, is to practice hundreds of times, thousands of times, so that you do not get it wrong. And I don't mean to, have you memorize an entire 60 minutes worth of conversation, but what I do mean is for you to get the intro down rock solid. I want that first impact, that first impression to be impactful. And also with that, you want to make sure you have the conversation points and the questions also down pat, so that you know exactly what you're going to do to steer the conversation in the way that you want it to be steered into. My second tip is for you to visualize. So I want you to visualize every single way and every single scenario that this could happen possibly. Again, whether you're on a date, if you're in an interview, if you're on a sales pitch, something like that, I want you to visualize and think about all of the ways that conversation could go. This is maybe not a great way to spend all of your time, but for you to feel the most prepared, I want you to have felt the feelings you will feel, and I want you to hear the questions that they're going to ask you. So again, if you're in negotiations, if you're in an interview, you kind of have a pretty decent idea of what could happen. So when you put yourself in that situation, you can be better prepared and, most importantly, more confident about what it is that you're going to respond back with. It also helps you if there's something uncomfortable that happens and somebody says no to your idea or no to you as a person. You will then have the confidence and the collectiveness of knowing what to say next because you've already thought about it. You've already been there and you already know exactly what you're going to say in response to that, which is huge, and that can definitely help you in the long run. The third piece is to speak calmly and slowly. When you speak calmly and slowly, this absolutely exudes confidence. It is actually one of the number 1 ways people can tell that you are confident. We all know that body language is so important in communication, but what often people fail to realize is that body language is actually inflections in your voice. It is actually the cadence of which you speak. And so what I want you to remember is that Confident people are calm and slow at speaking because they know what they're saying. They know that people are listening no matter if they try to go blah, 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 or not. They know that they're going to get their message across effectively. And that's one of the biggest things that I struggle with is I want people to listen to me and I don't want to take up too much of their time. So what I'm doing is I'm just word vomiting as quickly as possible to try to get my point across as quickly as possible as well. And that's not often effective. It's definitely not effective. So through my own journey, I have learned that that also will help me and play to my advantage by controlling that situation of how quickly and how calmly I am in those different scenarios. Okay, the last point is something that I have a problem with because I do it a lot, and that is to use your hands more. So what I mean by that is talk with your hands. Tell a story with your hands so that somebody who maybe can't hear you or maybe somebody who isn't understanding your voice or your language can still get a picture with the way that you use your hands. And as you can see, I'm using my hands quite a bit. And that really stems from the science behind it is really when we were cavemen way back in the day, however many thousands of years ago that was, human beings are literally wired to see what's in a new person's hands because that could either mean that they are a threat or they are a friend. If you saw someone coming up to you with a spear and a big rock ready to throw it at you, or they're hiding their hands, that also means the same message, that this person is not a friend to me. On the other hand, hands are what we do to look at people right away. It's one of the very first things we notice about people. So whether you're public speaking or you're in an interview or you're creating a YouTube video, whatever it is, I want you to intentionally use your hands more frequently. This is delivering a message far beyond what your words are saying, which means that you are confident, you are friendly, you know what the heck you're talking about, and that you are somebody that they should trust. So that is my 4 tips for you today on getting comfortable in those situations and those conversations. I appreciate you sticking around till the end. If you would please subscribe if you haven't yet, and if you are subscribed, thank you. Please share this video with your family and friends. You can find me on any social media. I love posting stuff. I'm very active on a daily basis on all these different platforms, and I'm at bizletay. So find me and see more of my content on a daily basis, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next video very soon. See you later.